Hi, welcome to Friday Night Chats with Garage Geek. Today was exhausting at work. I will not go into why. So I just hope I have the energy. My friend told me, just record it tomorrow morning. But I'm like, no, I like doing Friday Night Chats. If I am, out of sorts or discombobulated, well, I guess, that goes with the territory, right? So let's start with these 4 albums. I bought these last week, and I just want to do a quick review. This one was okay, not amazing. They are the Hollywood Saxophone Quartet. Certainly not a bad listen. This one is the Godley and Cream Freeze Frame, and it's actually on my turntable right now. I love it. I really, really love this album. I definitely got my $5 worth. This has to be, of all the albums, my favorite. This one is a really, really nice sax in satin, and that one was only $4. And this one is Sandy Nelson. Drums are my beat. This is, again, a very satisfying listen. This was only about half of the albums that I bought. I just picked a few to show you. The other ones are like Manfred Mann's, Earth Band, more common. I just decided to show these off. If you would like me to do more in-depth reviews with some, clips, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. I also have been listening to this. Now, this, I blind bought it. There's no indication on the packaging or the CD, like what it is. And so, I just bought it. I think gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Here's the inner sleeve for it. The CD is actually in my CD player right now. But I had no idea who it was. So finally I just Googled the lyrics. And I'm going to show you the album cover. Hold on, I should have had this ready. So, it's called Lemon Jelly Lost Horizons. Now, when I looked this up, I was like, am I so, unobservant? The name is clearly there. How did I not know that this was called Lemon Jelly Lost Horizons? So when I looked, of course, at the album, it must have been a sticker on the front or something, because that is nowhere to be seen on my copy, because, I bought it used. But that was really interesting. I highly recommend that you listen to this. It's so fun. I would call it kind of electronic. I don't know what this stuff is called, but basically they take beats from other songs and rap beats around it, and it's very nice. There's one that goes, all the ducks are swimming in the water, and I guess they got a beat from that, and they just build a beat around it. It's really a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. And that artwork, this could be the crappiest album ever, and I would still, love it for that artwork. But great CD. All right. So next I want to talk to you about, I have my notes here. Let's talk about the movies and shows that I saw. Okay, so first on Apple TV, I started watching this show called Silo, and it's got a lot of really good actors in it. There's only been 2 episodes so far. I won't give any spoilers, but I'm absolutely hooked. Now, I guess this was based on a hit series of books that were self-published, and they became, big bestsellers. And I unfortunately never read the series. I wish I had now, though, because the show was very good. So just very quickly, there's a whole community that live in a silo, and they had to destroy their history because of a rebellion, and they are not allowed to know what came before. So their history starts after that rebellion, and they're already in the silo, and it's against the law to look into the past or to try to leave the silo. And this is all at the beginning. This is not spoilers. And if you break a law, or if you ask to, which is against the law, you are put outside. And what they ask you to do is, if you do get put outside, please clean the lens of the silo, because like crud builds up on it over time, and they project what's outside from that one lens throughout the silo. And so they ask, like, when you're put out, just clean that lens, and you very quickly die because of the air outside is poisonous, and your suit doesn't keep it out or something. I don't know. It's the very beginning. That happens at the very beginning. They explain all that. There's no spoilers there. But that's just to get you interested. If you have Apple TV, this show is good, and the actors in it, they're really a good bunch of actors. So what do I have here? I have this movie. It got cut off, but this is called Captain Nova. Now, it was a time travel movie and about, a dystopian future. I didn't know that it was basically a kids movie. However, having said that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a kids movie about time travel. So they're adults, but when this woman tries to go back in time, she reverts to her younger self when she travels back. And the idea is really nice, and the movie is fun. My husband, I just started watching it, and he was tired, and he got so captivated in it. He just was along for the ride, and he usually doesn't like time travel movies. So I recommend it. It's not going to be the best time travel movie ever, but you will enjoy it. I believe I saw that one on Netflix, I think. One of the streaming platforms. I watched the penultimate episode of Cabinet of Curiosities, which is Guillermo del Toro, and this one was called The Viewing. Now, this one is a bunch of people get together at the request of a rich person. They're all heads of their field, and they sit around and they start doing drugs and just chatting, and then all this weirdness ensues. This is, I don't know how to describe this, but it was a very good episode, but it's just going to be one of those weird horror things where just all, things happen and you don't know why, and you're not going to ever understand why, but the imagery is beautiful. The situation is quirky. It was a fun episode. If that kind of thing bothers you, some people that really bothers them, don't watch this episode. I have one left of this series. Okay. Last, I think it was either Friday or Saturday, I was like so tired, and I was tired of flipping through, Netflix trying to find something. I think I was on Netflix, and I just finally put on World War Z. Now, ew, you don't need to see that. What the heck? That was standing on the corner. Look at how chubby I am in that picture. Okay, you don't need to see that. Okay, what happened? It jumped forward in my pictures. Okay, where was I? I was looking at, World War Z. Okay. So this is, of course, the Brad Pitt zombie movie. And when this first came out, I was disappointed in World War Z because I had read the book. And the book was, every chapter was about a different person and their struggle through the beginning of the zombie apocalypse and how they're surviving. The movie is nothing like that. It's about one person. And I was just like, wait, why did they even give it the name World War Z when it has nothing to do with the book? It didn't make sense. So I was disappointed for that fact. And then also, there's this huge apocalypse. It starts and it's over by the end of the movie. So basically, in an hour and 30 or 40 minutes, they take care of everything. And to me, it's just like, boom, wrap it up, boom, it's done. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I think that kind of lacks depth. So initially, when it first came out, I did not give this the best review, although it wasn't a horrible movie. Watching it again, I did really enjoy it. All the same criticisms hold up, but I'm like really short on this camera. I'm like, I need to move this down a little bit. I'm like, yeah, there we go. That's better. All right. So World War Z. Still a fine movie. I mean, it's like one and done. Over. We watched Ghosted. So that, of course, is Captain America. And I forget what she was in, but you know, I've seen her in something else too. So this is a romantic comedy about spies. Um, I'm gonna say that this is not for me. I do not like romantic comedies. So, you know, I put it on for my husband. He loves them. He really enjoyed the movie. I guess that's all I'm gonna say. Like, if you like romantic comedies, you'll like this. What I could say is it had the filming was nice. There were some scenes which were breathtakingly filmed when it came to the action sequences. I'm gonna say that much for it. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this. But I don't like romantic comedies, so take it with a grain of salt. After World War Z, the viewing. Oh, so last night we watched Run All Night, and I put that on just for the cast. I mean, if you look at that cast, it's a great cast, but you know it's going to be an action movie, right? I was surprised. You know, it's not going to be the best movie you've ever seen. I did enjoy it. It was about mobsters and family ties and you know, betrayal. And one thing that I really liked about this movie is the transition shots. It looked like they were filmed with drones, and they did it in such a cool way. And what they would do is they would film the drone going way up into the sky and then coming back down and weaving through, and they would speed it up. And I thought that all of that was really done well. Even the end credits are really nice. So I believe this was from a French director. I'm not sure, but overall the movie had a really nice look, and it was fun. It's, you know, it's a mob action revenge movie with Liam Neeson. So, you know, if you like the Taken movies, you're gonna be taken with this. You're gonna enjoy it. I think that might be all of them. Cabinet of Curiosities, Captain Nova, Silo, Ghosted, Run All Night, World War Z. Yep. So those are my shows and movie reviews for the week. If you've seen any of those and want to add or disagree, please put that in the comments. So this week, I focused on 2 books. So at the beginning of the week, I was listening to the 5th book in the Dune series, Heretics of Dune. And I got halfway through it before I had to return it. It's 18 hours. So I did get 50% of the way. I will get it back in a few weeks, and I'll be able to finish it. But I want to just talk a little bit about the Dune series. So the Dune series, I'm not done, right? There's 6 of them, and I'm in the middle of the 5th one. But it seems very cyclical because it's, you know, it really focuses on these children with like special abilities, and it always comes back to children with special abilities who overcome these really horrific political situations in order to rise above. They come once every, you know, it seems like millennia or something like that. And then they rise against all odds to, you know, overtake the religion and politics and become rulers and guide the destiny for however many millennia. And it's happened a couple of times in this saga. I'm not sure if that's going to lead up to something by the 6th book. But what I'm going to say is I've only read one other Frank Herbert book that's not in the Dune series, and that one was pretty wild, and it was enjoyable. It was called something about the Hive. Hellstrom's Hive. That, by the way, had one of the weirdest, grossest things that I've ever read in a book. And that, you know, that's saying a lot, right? He had sexual stumps. And so the people in his hive were meant to be like worker bees. And it was easier to have like stumps of people that they would go in and have sex with and create, you know, offspring. And that's what they did. Okay, that's so weird, right? That is like the weirdest, grossest thing that I've ever heard. Like, they would just line up and they would have these stumps that they would have sex with, and then they'd go off on their business and they'd create their hive members that way. Okay. Having said that out loud, I regret saying that. Okay, but my point was, Frank Herbert's writing should be very, very boring. It's about politics and religion, and it goes on and on about it, and it's very repetitive. It's like always, politics, religion, blah 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 blah. But it's not. I don't know why. Like, his writing is makes this stuff interesting, and I don't mind listening to this stuff. I get into it, but it's just very strange. This should be dry and it should be boring, but I don't know what it is. I haven't figured out what it is about his writing that keeps me kind of captivated by these political and religious situations. Okay, so there you go. I'm looking forward to actually finishing all 6, and I'll probably do an overview. So the other book was this one. Now, I started this a couple weeks ago, but it again is like 18 hours, and I only finished about 25% of it before I had to return it. But I was so into it. I was totally into it. And so I did get it back this week, and I have about 2 hours left, and I really wanted to finish it so I could do the review of this entire review for tonight's episode. But I didn't, unfortunately. But I highly, highly recommend this book. It's called House of Suns. I will do a full review of it for next week's show. I do have to say, though, that I mentioned this before. What the heck? I got totally small. I read another one of his books, and I didn't like it. And I don't know if I warmed up to him in this book, but I was enthralled with this one from the beginning. So I'm definitely going to read more of his, and I'm wondering if this one is going to help me with the other one. Because the other one was similar in that it was like a science fiction, a space opera, and this one is like that. So I now understand why so many people in the sci-fi community rave about this author. And I'm looking forward to reading more of his stuff. All right. I am flying along one of my Garagettes. So I'm trying to think of a name to call my legion of followers. And so one person recommended I call all of you my mechanics. And I thought that was really funny because that took on a different meaning of garage than I had intended, right? Garagettes, whatever. If you have some ideas, please put them in the comments. My legion of fans, they deserve to have their own would you say epitaph? Epitaph, if that's the right usage of that word. You need to have your own moniker out there. I have to give you your just due. All right. So I talked about books and music. I talked about the movies. So I guess the only thing I have left to talk about is some of my YouTube meanderings this week. So let me go ahead and get that ready. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not too many. So I actually might get this done within 30 minutes. So one of my followers, he was like, I'm much better with 30 minutes and under, and I can totally understand that. Like, who wants to listen to me yammer on an hour? I was thinking of maybe breaking it in half and doing, maybe books, movies on one. Oh my gosh, I was gonna go over my comics. Shoot, I forgot to grab those. Oh well, but not me. I'll just save them for next week. So what do you think? Would it be better for me when I have a lot of information to divide it up into 2 different episodes? Please let me know what you think instead of going on for an hour. Which would you prefer? All right. So the biggest one I want to talk about, it's going around, is that girl that pepper sprayed the teacher over her phone. If you haven't seen this, please find it. This teacher, who I think a couple of weeks or a month before this got punched in the face because of a phone. He must be aggressive about grabbing people's phones. So in this new episode, he took a girl's phone. I guess she was Googling answers. And so he took her phone and she pepper sprayed him. Not once, but twice, and it's on camera, her pepper spraying him, and he won't give back the phone. And then she gets surrounded by adults, and the adults are all saying, what's going on, whatever, and she's just I want my phone. I want my phone. You need to give me my phone back. I want my phone back. Give me my phone. It's my phone. I want my phone. And she's like, got this pepper spray. It's not funny because there's all these examples of like what teachers are going through. A kid swore at me today over a phone. Like he swore. I sent him down to the office, and now I'm going to have a parent conference because the kid said that he didn't have his phone. And I was like, well, you didn't have to swear at me about it, right? And so you're going to the office, and the parent is going to have a parent conference with me, and I'm probably going to be in trouble because I accused the kid of having a phone out when he didn't, when he did, right? But they hide him real fast, and then they say they don't, and then I get sworn out. Okay, we're off topic here. We're talking about this. I'm just saying these phones are a huge problem. I think I mentioned last week about the video where the phones release endorphins that are almost like a drug, and the kids can't give them up, and they don't want to, and they're gonna fight you for it, right? And so teachers aren't getting much work done in the classroom because the kids are all on the phone. They don't learn the lesson, and it's just a big problem. So anyways, it's leading to people getting punched in the face and being pepper sprayed over the phones. Yeah, society needs to do something about this because we need some kind of reform. This is just not working. We have lost the phone war. We lost it. We can't win it. And teachers, we can't. I don't know what to say. It's like, if you dare to make a kid try to learn, you're going to get punched, pepper sprayed, sworn at, who knows what else. And every teacher I talk to, it's like the same. When you try to enforce the rules, there are going to be consequences because the kids aren't having it. They just aren't having it. Okay. There was another video where there was a woman inside of a convenience store, it looked like, and the video cuts in with the manager is telling the woman that she and her child need to leave the store. And the woman is like, I just need to buy this. And he's like, nope, you're getting out. And then the kid says, shut the F up. And then he's like a 4-year-old. And he's like, shut the F up, mother. Like, and you're just like, whoa. And he's like, no, you need to make your child mine. You need to get out of here. He's like, well, she's like, I can't make my child mine. If I hit my child, you're going to call the police. So no, I can't make my child mine. And meanwhile, the kid is telling the guy to shut the F up and that he's an MFer. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And it just happens to be that there's a white person and a black person. And of course, people are calling the white guy a racist because he doesn't want to be, told in his store, called names and hearing that kind of language. And the kid, I guess, was also, he was grabbing things and like knocking everything off the shelves. And the woman was like, I can't make him mine, so I just need to buy this. And he's like, no, you're getting out of here. She's like, I need to buy this. She's trying to get it. And the kid's trying to grab it too. And I don't want to say it's funny. I mean, it's entertainment, right? But it's so awful. It's just so awful watching that. And it brings up all these like weird things in our minds. Like, right? She's saying like, I don't have to make my child mine because if I do, you're going to call the police because I'm going to spank the child. And I don't know. It's just a very strange video. It's very strange. If you've seen it, would you please put your thoughts in the comments below? I've been watching some Roy Clark videos. Now, I don't know if you know who Roy Clark is. Most of you probably do in the VC, but wow, this guy can play the guitar, the banjo, and anything else with strings. He is so good. And every time a video comes up on my feed with Roy Clark, I'm going to watch it. Now, I remember Roy Clark from Hee Haw when I was a kid, and I couldn't appreciate it as a kid. I would love to watch those Hee Haw episodes now. Like, I remember, the one thing I remember is they would like pop up out of the cornfield and they would tell like the stupidest joke and then they'd go back down into the corn. And they had on their overalls, and they'd have like straw out of their mouths. Like it was total they were making fun of the image of the country bumpkin. But I would really love to watch those now. I don't even know if they're available for streaming. I need to check. But Roy Clark was a genius. Wow, when you watch him play anything, the banjo, the guitar, he blows you away. And there was a guy on YouTube, and he's watching Roy Clark for the first time. I guess he plays the guitar. He's good at the guitar. And he's just like shocked. And it's really funny because, he's a lot younger than I am. And he says like, I don't know, to me, they just sound naive. Like he's like, what is he wearing? Because he's in his overalls, like from a Hee-Haw episode. And I'm like, dude, you should know the background, a little bit of the background before you start talking about these videos. But otherwise, really entertaining. Wow, Roy Clark, what an amazing person. Now, another group of videos that I don't know why this came up on my feed, but there are African Americans who watch the Bee Gees for the first time and realize they're white. And they lose their crap. They're like, what? I've been listening to this music since I was a kid, and these are white people? It's so funny because I guess if you've never heard the Bee Gees before, like, would you think they're black? I don't know. But, I mean, they're always played. It's disco music in many, many instances, right? And so it would be surrounded with, other African-American artists or British African artists, however they're named. And so it's just really funny watching that, the people be shocked that the Bee Gees are white. Look for those videos. They're pretty funny. Another kind of trend going on TikTok is for people to interview Gen Zers, I guess they're called, young people, and ask them like common questions, and they have no idea. Now, of course, these videos, they probably ask 100 people and they only show like the couple, but wow, the questions that they ask, they don't know the answers. It's like, can you tell me where the Queen of England is from? And they're like, I don't know. Or can you name 2 oceans in the world? Or how many continents are there? Like the people that they ask, they don't know. And then the funny thing is the guy who asks at the end, he's like, yes, you're right. When they've been totally wrong. Now, of course, some people are saying, there was one guy online who's like, this could be real, it could be fake. You never know, it could be faked for views. That's true. But these videos are pretty funny. So if you have the chance, I guess you could, if you want to laugh at how depressing the state of the nation is, well, there you go. You can watch these TikTok videos. And I am 28 minutes. So that's good that I didn't show my comics because I would have gone over 30. My Garagettes out there, I want you all to have a great weekend. I have 19 days left of this school year, and man, do I want this school year over. I am tired of it. And it seems to get worse every year. Please tell me how your week was in the comments. I genuinely would like to know how you're doing, how you're handling everything, and I will see you in 1 week for another update.